Crusader Kings 3 and the mystery of the disappearing prestige, because my god, we are quite in the hole with that one, aren't we? If only somebody were to leave a comment a last episode explaining that when you call allies into war, even if you can't afford the prestige cost, it will still take the prestige away. Such a mystery. I guess I'm never going to find out. Here we are, King Meringue the Plump of Sardinia. What a great king he's been. He's used his diplomatic prowess and his kindly, good-natured ways to forge alliances with most of Europe and cost us a little prestige in the process. And as a result, we've carved ourselves out a pretty nice kingdom. Now, we're going to take things pretty easy, pretty slow over the next, however long Meringue has left, basically. He is, we're not going to go to war anymore, and I don't think we're going to do anything particularly crazy. We've really turned this around, going from, of course, La Baguette, who just had the county of Vermandois, and then grabbed Pisa, the kingdom title, but didn't have any land associated with it. Then, of course, King Croissant, even though he only lived for a little while, in those few years was able to get us a place to live, that being Pisa proper. But this guy, what a game changer, huh? Sardinia, Corsica, of course, maintaining Pisa there too, and we're making a boatload of cash. So with this guy's retirement, we're just going to sit here and we're going to build some things up, and we're just going to live an easy, fun life for a little while. We're going to build up some infrastructure and really get this dynasty back going. Oh, look at that. 110 gold off the bat there with household savings. Thank you, wife. So, worth mentioning, of course, that Pano Chocolat is up next. He is 35, so he's kind of older already. Thrifty clerk and intelligent, really hoping we can get a genius son to go along with the two genius daughters, but not a massive deal if we can't, right? Not a huge loss there. So I think, really, between this character and the next character, we're going to be really consolidating our power base down before we make some really big plays in the long term. We are, probably worth mentioning as well, the most significant of all of the current living Karlings. If we sort by rank, we're the highest rank. We're not the most prestigious, I will admit, but it's us, Duke Dieter, and then Prince Croissant, who's obviously my current character's child there. So very likely we're going to flip over to being the head of the Karling dynasty and all the houses associated with that, or, you know, whatever few houses we've actually got left. There's only 4 living members of Karling Cambrai, and then our house of Karling proper. Somebody wanted to have a look at the dynasty tree, and I think that's a pretty good idea before we jump in here. Yeah, it's pretty quiet, pretty small on this front. It's pretty much all from Meringue. La Baguette's, of course, 3 children are dead, long dead by now. Then Meringue and his 6 children, and their many children, obviously different dynasties there, so those aren't super relevant. But our cousin, Evrado de Ferrari, is actually doing pretty well. Doing pretty all right for himself. He's just a marshal, but he's got some pretty interesting skills there. And that's kind of it. We've got Matteo Karling, a different cousin there, Cecilie Karling, and then La Baguette Karling, another distant cousin, just hanging around. Just a random bastard courtier out there. As in, like, his parents were married, not that he is a random bastard. I don't know anything about the man. The latest work of my friend Prince Philippe has become all the rage at court of late. The King of Sardinia, the King of, the Prince of France has written a poem about us. Men need not fear as lives depart, crossing to quiet death with noble hearts. 'Tis rare enough for men to admit that all they leave behind is shit. I don't know how I feel about this. Oh, thank you. I hope it's lauded. Lovely poem about us. That's very kind of you. So, where do we want to start upgrading? Now, I think first things first. I kind of talked about this, and I think it's a great way that suits the character. I think we're going to open up with a leisure palace. It gives us increased rewards for grand weddings, which is something we might want to look into in the future. Given that we're a king, we can't really marry up too far, but of course reduced costs for feasts, and this guy does love a feast. Wedding activities hosted in this one, again, the increased rewards there. We get some prestige, we get the stress loss, which has been a big killer, bearing in mind that second character we played died at 23. Seems pretty good. So I think we're going to go with it. Hostile schemes and personal schemes both gain a 5%, and we also gain... Actually, given that all of Sardinia is a single duchy, all holdings in the duchy going up by 0.2 per month and 20% control growth is pretty fantastic. So I think we're going to roll with it. I think we're absolutely going to roll with it. I like that a lot. What we will invest in next, once that's all built, is probably some... economic infrastructure, some to help bring in a bit more cash so that we can really do whatever we want, because right now going on the big pilgrimages or having the grand tournaments or whatever, it's so expensive. It's almost prohibitive for us still. And I'd like flexibility with doing whatever we can with those, right? See as many as possible. Wife. There's something wrong with Phyllis. She's clearly distracted. It's a money matter. I've had some family who are short on luck. Do we want to give her some cash? We're trusting, and you know what? They've had a long relationship. They've got respect for one another. They might not be love, and they might not be friends, but they definitely have a lot of respect for one another. Look, if we're dropping 600 gold on a palace or 500 gold on a palace, I can give 60 gold to a wife. The Pope has fabricated a claim, or at least gained a claim, because of the idiot pan au chocolat on Pisa. I don't think the Pope is going to launch any offensive wars anytime soon. That doesn't seem very papal in its approach. Very good. We should probably try and win him over a little bit. This guy hasn't been very big on the religion, though, right? Princess Macaron vacated the caravanning position. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, you do what you like, really. It doesn't really bother me too much. So we've got this, and now, of course, taking Sardinia has been massively beneficial because we've got this amazing mine, right? It's 3 tax per month. To fully upgrade it, with it's 1,476 cost. We don't have any of the sub-buildings. We need Fortress, and then we need, like, a keep, because I did look into this. At that cost, it would take itself, well, I mean, roughly 14 years to pay itself off, right? Because it's 0.9 per month, and it's, anyway. Yeah, it's roughly, like, 13 years to pay itself off, which in CK3 terms, in Crusader Kings terms, is actually pretty good. Bear in mind, it also gives 25% development growth in what will be our capital, which is pretty huge. The 40% siege weapon effectiveness, too, might be pretty fantastic. So I might start upgrading the mine. I think it's pretty nice. We do need a keep in this province, though. Do we have everything we need for that? Sardinian culture needs battlements. Oh, interesting. Is Sardinian culture particularly well developed? It's got 14 out of 24 tribal, 12 out of 18 early medieval, no high medieval whatsoever. Is it better to stick with French and convert things over? Yeah, French is more developed. We're still kind of early in the grand scheme of things, though. I'm not sure. Do we want to take on Sardinian, or do we want to flip Sardinia over to French? I'm not sure. I mean, it'd be kind of interesting to do like a melting pot hybrid culture type thing, wouldn't it? That'd be interesting maybe for a future diplomat character or a really good steward or something like that. Either way, let's focus on the capital holding for now, I think. And any of these... We could even build a city here, couldn't we? Ooh, that'd be kind of nice. That'd be a good amount of tax. That's probably going to be more tax... What is it, 380 gold? That's probably going to bring in more tax than if I were to upgrade any of these other buildings. But remember, we can't upgrade anything in Cagliari right now. Can we even upgrade anything here? Or are we... No. Needs a keep. What about this one? Same story, needs a keep. And the mine itself, we can't upgrade without the keep either. And we can't upgrade to the bloody keep. Okay, fair enough. So we might as well just build a city. I think slapping a city down in the capital might be quite nice. Speaking of which, we've actually got another stewardship perk. Professional workforce gives building construction time minus 30%. I mean, our limiting factor right now is the cash. So collect tax effectiveness actually might be a better idea. And I think I'm going to roll with that one. I do love building buildings. What can I say? Building base is my... That's the bread and butter, really, isn't it? What's wrong with that? Feudal ruler, you may not personally hold city holdings. Yes, I know. I'm well aware, thank you. Let's slap down this city then. That'll bring in a good amount of cash too, even if we have to just give it to some randomer. Because we did use up all of our good vassals on other holdings. Wow, we really can't upgrade anything in Sicily, huh? Damn, what about like the capital proper? It's just because we don't have battlements. Ugh. So I say Sicily. Sorry, I meant Sardinia. I'm probably going to make that mistake quite a lot. Not because there are things that are easily confused. It's because I'm a fool. We could promote culture and flip it over to French. Could we become the head of Sardinian culture? We're the only independent ruler in Sardinia. I guess we could just adopt it and just take it on ourselves. Anyway, look at this. We've got a really cool option now. Secure the Mediterranean. Mare Nostrum. 376 gold, 1,000 prestige. Again, a little bit low on that one. House Karling gains Masters of the Mediterranean for 100 years. House is famed for having taken control of the Mediterranean Sea and the trade that flows through it. We get development growth, coastal advantage, month prestige, naval speed. And then we get the kingdom of Baleothyrinia, which was going to be the kind of original goal, right? We need Majorca and Sicily. And that's it. So we've already got Sardinia and Corsica. I say that's it as if that's, you know, an easy thing to do. Majorca's still under Al-Andalus, which is quite sizable. We've got, obviously, all those allies we can call in. Sicily, unfortunately, is under our friend, King Guy of Sicily, so we might have to eventually go to war with that. It's knowing that they're over to form the kingdom. It seems like quite a small amount to call yourself the king of the Mediterranean, given that the Mediterranean is significantly larger than that. But you know what? Fine. Hey, I don't make these rules. I'm just going to play by them. We got anything else we've got here? Found Holy Order, Consecrate Bloodline, Strengthen Bloodline. Dynasty of Many Crowns, found a new empire. No, thank you. I'm not sure what I want to do about the cultural thing. I'm open to suggestions on that one, though. Creme Brulee Karling can marry. We can marry her off to... Let's look by Alliance Pal. The Duke of Angria. It's just vassal in the Holy Roman Empire. If I'm not mistaken, I'm already friends with the Emperor. Did we not marry someone off to the Emperor? I don't remember. I did some sort of play, if I recall, to set up a marriage, to try and get an alliance with the HRE, but I really don't remember. Honestly, let's go back to Venice. I'm alright with it. Oh, but she is genius. Maybe we want to keep her around. Maybe we want to marry her off matrilineal, stick her in our court just to... Because she's our... current heir's heir. Ooh. Oh, they had another daughter, Cecilia Karling. Were we even notified about that? I don't think we were. She is our eventual... potentially character that we're going to end up playing as. I don't think I want to marry her off so... haphazardly. Well, let's see if we can find another, like, genius or something. We got Matteo Karling. That seems a bit weird. There's quite an age gap there. Oh, God, the hiccups all the time with Crusader Kings. Have we got anybody who's genius? Let's see if we can guarantee that. Keep that in the dynasty. We've got Laszlo, or we've got Victor von Lothringen. I mean, this guy is nuts. He's just a random lowborn. We wouldn't do that. Quite simply, we wouldn't do that. That would be a bit strange. We've got a Karling. This guy at least has a claim. Efrado de Ferrara has a claim on Venice. Oh, shit. That could be an interesting way to incorporate Venice into the realm. We marry him off matrilineally. They have a child. They are related, because, of course, it's our current character's cousin. So they're second cousins. That, in medieval terms, they might as well be unrelated, right? This is interesting. We could push his claim on Venice, put him on Venice. Their children, who would be Karlings, would inherit Venice, right? Depending on, of course, how the Republic's succession goes. That would basically incorporate into our realm, because this kid could be our eventual descendant. I like this idea. I rarely play for claims, but this could be kind of interesting. He's 54, and he's also a bit of a dick. I feel bad for her, I will admit, but what can I say? It's the medieval times. Oh, God. By the will of Jesus, why am I so sore? I slept well as I usually do, but whenever I stretch, I feel my bones all but sparking as they scrape together. I stare down at my hands, closely observing the nails, yellowing with age atop skin that's wrinkling more than I'd like. It's difficult to imagine the youth that once surged through this flesh, hot and vital. Your body is beginning to slow down. Don't you die on me. You've got a long way ahead of you yet, my friend. We've got so much to do. My vassal, Mayor Elaine, known for his interest in venery, brings rumors of beasts. Ooh. Game sighting for 3 years. If we have a hunt, yeah, hunt success chance is increased now. We could do that. We haven't done it. I'm not really sure there's much else we can invest in right now. We can always build stuff elsewhere, right? We've got this one here, a Byzantine-like church. Constructed with various influences from the rest of the Tyrrhenian Sea. This holding gives 0.5 tax. The county gets a bunch of development growth. We don't have windmills, so we can't build that one. I want to look at these unique buildings first, because we do have a mod that adds a bunch more. We've got the Dullianova Cathedral. We need windmills. Okay, I see the problem already. What kind of ambitions outstripping our ability right now? What about here? We've got the St. Gavinus Basilica. Funnily enough, we don't have it. Yeah, that's it. You guessed it. On 3, everybody. Windmills. Shit. There's not really much point upgrading anything in Corsica. Might as well be a separate realm. Wow, I really can't upgrade anything then, huh? We're just like totally... Really, I can't build anything. We could build new holdings again, which I guess I will. Okay, sure. In Carbonara, delicious, we'll throw down another city. If nothing else, right? To the perceptive King Meringue of Sardinia. Okay, I was reading that. The game didn't pause when I automatically opened it up. That's very frustrating. Who was that? Who were we marrying off there? I'm not demanding a payment from my daughter. I think that was a granddaughter, if I'm not mistaken. So what are these, out of curiosity, what are these frames around the characters then? You see that? Princess Peton on Princess Eclair. Is that just to show that they are married to a... I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea what those frames are supposed to signify. I think that was an alliance between... Oh, sorry, a marriage between Creme Caramel and someone. Well, let's have a look for alliance power then. Duke Philippe of Toulouse. My grandson. We've bred like a lot of good characters into Europe, haven't we? They are inbred, so that's a dangerous play, but it's not my dynasty. So I don't really care. Alright, go on then. We might want to keep her on the back burner again. Having Genius is really nice, but it doesn't really fit that. Oh, God, Phyllis has died. Oh, Queen Phyllis, she was 55, but she became infirm. Oh. Here I am, my heart beating whilst yours has gone quiet. Oh, Phyllis, my dearest, life will not be the same without you. They weren't in love. They had a mutual respect, and I think that's fair enough. I'm not going to remarry. I'm not going to remarry this guy, I don't think. I would like for him to find some love in his older years. You know, he married out of necessity. I think I'm just going to let him cook. Your culture has discovered scootage. And we've lost our alliance with Duke Theodorus, right? Because Phyllis died. That was her brother, right? Lots of stuff that I really can't do anything about right now. We can create the Duchy of Corsica. Again, I'm not going to do that when I could be building cities absolutely everywhere. And that's what we're going to do then. Leopoldo has been falsely accusing people. Oh, and the Pope founded the Knights Hospitaller. Very good. By Pope Sergius the Fifth. Thank you, Pope. We got ourselves a holy order. As an additional payment in a recent trade, I find myself in possession of a large herd of cattle. Do we want the cattle herd for 15 years, giving development growth? Actually might want to do that. We can try and make a breeding project and gain a large cattle herd, or we can sell it for 120. Let's go for it. The breeding project is successful. Very nice. Honestly, the development in the capital could be very good if we end up flipping culture, which I could do. So how is it we adopt a culture? We go to Sardinia and then we can form a hybrid culture if we have a higher cultural acceptance. Sardino-French. I like the sound of this. I think this is kind of fun. We would discover 3 Sardinian innovation. We keep all our previous innovations, don't we? Burrs household soldiers are military spheres. Close family will convert. We just need a bit more cultural acceptance between French and Sardinian. And then we can pick up to 7 culture. Okay, so this is kind of fun. And then aesthetics as well, we get to customize, which is something I haven't really touched on before. So you know what? Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do this. I like this idea. I feel like this guy might not be able to achieve it. He's already achieved an enormous amount. We've got to leave something for the next generation, right? Ooh, we can pick a color for the culture too. That's nice. Okay. So we might as well have this guy then promoting cultural acceptance. I think we'll do it. And Prince Croissant can be the one spearheading that as our steward. Maybe for when he takes power, he can be the one to bring that culture into effect. I think that'd be kind of fun. Can we see the cultural acceptance between French and Sardinian just right now? Is that something I can have a look at? Let's go Sardinian. 15%. Okay. Actually, it won't take that long then. Ultimately, what was it we need? 40% or something like that? That's not a huge amount of time. Let's keep going. This is a fun idea. I like this idea. This is not something that you know, I came up with by myself. Someone in the comments said you should have a look at this. I think this is a great plan. King Guy died. Well, on the plus side, I suppose it makes for an easier target on Sicily. I don't feel so bad. We are losing allies pretty rapidly. We've still got an alliance with France. We've got an alliance with Prince André of France. Croissant of Sardinia is obviously a bit pointless. We've got a couple of people over in the HRE, we just have to be a bit more careful about things. We've got a big target on our back being exactly where we are. I don't know if any of these guys in Northern Africa will come for us, to be honest. I think we can probably not pay much attention outside of our borders for the time being. It's not as if the HRE has any de jure claims on us or anything like that. Is it part of okay, so it's part of Italia, which we really don't have to worry about, to be honest. We could eventually try and form that ourselves. The HRE have taken a big chunk of Eastern Italy there, but Lombardy, Piedmont, they're all independent. I could be something to try and do, maybe. All right. Anyway, cities. Let's throw down some more cities. I love cash, and I can't build anything else, anywhere else, so we'll stick with it. We'll throw down another city there. This one's already upgraded. This one's got a city, so we need to throw down a temple and probably a castle too, I suppose. What is this one? To the charming King Meringue of Sardinia. I call on you to honor our alliance and join in the Liberty War. Sure. Okay, sure, we can do that one. That's fine. Chateau has been constructed in Cagliari. Very good. That's the first level of our leisure palace, right? Can we upgrade that one, or is that still totally off the menu? I will admit, this larger UI, though, does make it a lot easier to read. It's very frustrating trying to click on stuff. I would really like to click on my leisure palace. I can't click it, I'm afraid. We might have to do some adjustments before next episode at that point, because very annoying. It's 2 days in a row now. It's gotten in the way in some form or another, but that's all right. Okay. Create the Duchy of Corsica. Do we want to do that? Have one powerful vassal under us? It would make for an interesting story element, if nothing else. Just having this one powerful vassal that we could do something with could be kind of interesting. And I haven't got anything else to spend the money on, ultimately. Getting myself out of some prestige debt is probably a fair shout. Who do I like the most? Who have we got here? Your grandson, Geoffrey Capet. He's at risk of inheriting a title, right? And ruining everything, if I'm not mistaken. Does it not say heir to the Duchy of Toulouse? Right, yeah, okay. So we've got a lot to lose with that one if we were to grant it to him. I'll give it to this guy, Count Arsenio. Sure, you can have that, my friend. Here you go. That seems like a pretty alright idea. Duchy of Corsica is yours. Fine. Now we've got a duke. I'm alright with that. I think that's totally fine. I don't think it makes much difference in terms of taxes or anything like that one. Gives us one vassal to deal with rather than 3, effectively. I think we should save it for another feast. I think we should save it for a feast or a tournament or do something to try and redeem this man's name a little bit, because I've thrown him into the prestige toilet. My God, would you look at that? Another learning perk. Again, it doesn't really matter because I can't build anything anyway. In hindsight, maybe architect wasn't the right call because there's not a huge amount that can be architected currently. But, I mean, things going good. Hey, can we have a look at the control map? How are we looking on that front, eh? Things. That's not. Oh, that is the control map. Oh, shit. Sorry, I was very surprised because it seems like everything besides Tortoli is good. And even then, Tortoli is done now. Look at that. Oh my God, we've got total control. Amazing work. Well, let's put our marshal back on, I guess we'll go train commanders in the hopes that we can fill out the rest of our ranks. I think that's a fine idea. Ah, and it's Prince Croissant, everyone. I've arrived in Cagliari to pay homage to you, glorious king, as a show of my loyalty. Very good. Show him in at once. Welcome. I accept your generous gifts, Prince Croissant. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. I appreciate that. And now we've got a little bit extra court grandeur. I think we'll invest a little more into whatever I can invest into. Oh, Pan au Chocolat Karling. A great-grandson. The direct heir. Is genius. And more importantly, is in line to potentially getting Venice. Pan au Chocolat. You're going to name him after his grandfather. I like that. You know what? I like that. I think that's kind of nice. Wow. What a good turnaround, huh? Look at that. 6 stewardship at the age of baby. That's better than the original La Baguette had, huh? The Pope is having a tournament, and you know what? You know what? God damn it, let's go. Even though we're not interested in doing any sort of fighting, I think this isn't a terrible plan. It's relatively safe, actually. It's not a terrible journey at all. There's just a couple of dangers across the Tyrrhenian Sea and Sardinia there, but other than that, I think let's just go for it. Sure, let's go. Let my men have a nice retirement. Oh, we better not be fighting in the tournament, though, huh? Traveling through the sometimes harsh environments, the invigorating effects of a state of mind and vigor. Evidently. As I glance over at Albert, he does not appear to be doing quite so well. His movement is labors, his breathing heavy, and spontaneous bursts of coughing riffle through his body. He must have hiccups like me. I can poison and kill him. Try and get rid of him for good. Oh. We lose stress because we hate him. Or we say it's just a little cough. We lose 28 stress because we're impatient. Alright, play the character. He has gained pneumonia. But, again, you know, we're impatient. We're not just going to wait around for this guy that we don't like to heal up. There's a wolf. My god. His blade is wedged between the beast's jaws, but the grip is beginning to falter. Help him, Leopoldo, or this man deserves my help. We're not rushing in there. I'm not going to risk my life for this man. Who is he? Shiano Busacavani. Hello. I don't know who he is. He's just a random fella. Leopoldo, help him. Apparently, we succeeded. We only got to see it very briefly. At a distance, the city of Rome is a forest of towers and maze of stone buildings. As we approach, visited the capital of papacy, we gained 200 learning lifestyle experience, and we visited the Colosseum. Visited the great city of Rome, look at that. We gained the trait traveler. And we gained the regular trait traveler, but we may not qualify. Oh, it's a board game contest. As we stop before a great obelisk, a local recounts at the top of Julius Caesar's ashes rest in a small, round box. Is it worth thinking about how fragile life is? Is it worth knowing more about the city that once was? Or I will not waste any time. Okay. Well, this one is going to give us a critical stress, because we're a very impatient man. Let's go for that one then, sure. Let's know more about the city that once was. And we have not been taught anything of use. Very good. So, what have we got going on here? We've got board games, recitals, duels, wrestling, and a ceremony. You will likely not qualify. Dukenza II of Spoleto is favored. Very nice. What do we want to do while we're here? Really, we could do with getting a bit of prestige. Look at him go. He's like a member of the Ginyu Force. All right, let's do it. I'd love to play in the tournament. Are we actually in it then? Are we actually part of this? Are we on the list? Yes, we are. I guess because we arrived so late. Fine. Your wit contest aptitude is poor because of our diplomacy. We're actually we're terrible. We're probably not going to win, but we can give it a damn go, huh? What should we visit? Should we visit the tent camp, the temple, the tavern, the village, the tourney grounds, the artisan? Let's visit the artisan quarters. Let's have a look. Browsing the wares on display in the tailor shop, I spot a carefully wrapped package among the garments. It is a Mansurid crest. Interesting. We can burn it. We can ask him to burn it. Count Mansa will gain a critical break, and he will grow closer to forming a rivalry with us. We can buy it. Oh, interesting. Erroneous identification for 10 years. What does that do for us? This modifier will increase your hostile schemes against House Mansurid. Oh, because we've got like their sigil. I want a Karling crest. Ooh. Or we say, very nice work. Sure, we'll buy a Karling crest. I think that's a good idea. We can't really do much while we're here, right? We're just kind of waiting for the board game tournament to begin. Your culture has discovered knighthood. Very good. And a knight as well. Let's go to the tavern. Let's go to the tavern. Because you know my guy. He loves a drink or two. Sorry, these hiccups are absolutely wiping me out today. The local pub is rammed with bodies and is expected when a tournament rolls into town. Amongst all the new... Oh, I'm going to have to take a break. I'm dying. Help me. What are you doing here? She finally blurts out as my drink arrives. I turn to face her. She rises unsteadily to her feet. Forgive my presumptions, my lord. A flourishing, scornful bow punctuates the statement. But I reckon you couldn't handle half of that, let alone all of it. Oh, come on. Oh, come on now. My man has been drinking his entire life. He's got a life's worth of practice under him. Bring out the tankards. A 57% chance we drink her under the table. Yes. Our score decreases minutely because going to a board game tournament sloshed is probably not a good idea. Ooh. The Pope has granted himself a claim on Pisa at his own request. He already had a claim, didn't he? You did not qualify for the board game. Oh. We didn't qualify. Do we want to place a bet? Sure. I think we'll go for that one. So, we've got... We can put 25 gold on Delamere and win back 32, or hard win, the unlikely underdog. We throw 25 gold, and that's like 10 to 1. We're going to get 225 back. I'm in. God, I hope he wins. Delamere was the man I didn't bet on. Okay, great. My guy lost. Brilliant. Hardwin lost in the first round. Very good. Good use of my money. A fine contest. And I guess we can probably skip over the remainder of the tournament because we're not going to qualify for anything else. Let's be honest. Oh. Well, that's very sad. Delamere is a favored contestant, so he might be a good idea to... Oh, yeah, Delamere won. He might be a safe bet in the future. I lost 25 gold, rather sadly. Okay, what else do we want to do over here? I want to keep visiting the artisans' quarters just to see what we gain. The fabrics and textiles on offer at the tailor range from rough hemp all the way to the finest damasks, velvets, and silks. Hefting the full robe into light, my eyes widen. It's a full reconstruction of the Pope's regalia. We have some for cardinals too, my lord. Oh. Do we want to buy a fake papal tiara? It's impious. Or we say, this is blasphemy. Yeah, I'm going to buy a papal tiara. Hell yeah. We're going to look so dashing in that. I guess we'll go to the... Oh! Oh my god, look at how he's dressed. I like to take that as a sign maybe from God himself. We donned the papal tiara and immediately died. Oh, he drank himself to death. That drinking tournament was enough to finish him off. Oh, God. And here we are. Albert has also died. Died of pneumonia. That was the guy we took on the journey, if I'm not mistaken. And here we are. Your brother, Prince Croissant II, has started a Liberty faction against me. Prince Croissant? No. To say we have such fetching clothes as well. Right, so what has been inherited where, then? Because we've got 4 out of 9. We can hold a lot more titles if we want that. Oh my god, the whole realm has a bunch of fake papal outfits. Oh my god, look at us. Brother La Baguette is looking up on us from hell. And he's thinking, wow, you finally... Oh! You beautiful, special, precious man. He's only 1 perk off of taking Architect. Oh my god, what a legend. What a legend. He couldn't have picked it any more perfectly. Oh. We have 20 stewardship, 15 diplomacy, is heir, is creme brulee of Sardinia, and her child, Pan au Chocolat Karling, is our grandson. Sadly, the guy's father died before we were able to push any of those claims. We do still have an unpressed claim, however, on Venice, because he had a strong claim, so we can still do something with that in the future. Thank you all for joining me today. What a place to leave it, huh? Sorry, is that like a... Did that become an artifact, then? Fake papal tiara. Oh, there it is. A towering replica of the papal mitre that perhaps doesn't quite hold up on close inspection. It's still a bit fun, isn't it? We lose piety for wearing a fake papal crown, but we gain extra knights, and the knights are way more effective. Oh, that's actually pretty bloody good. I cannot complain. Very nice. Hey, good stuff. I'm happy with it. We have a new court artifact, too, apparently. Amir al-Umara and Nasir's Law and Ordinance. Of course. Let's slap that bad boy down somewhere. Very good. Oh my god, did you see the guy in the court? The Royal Knight is wearing the papal outfit. Oh, what have we done? We're going to hell. Look at this. Unfathomable levels of drip. Culture comes in any form, let them read. Or, juicy and gain confident lover. Now, let's, because of our high learning skill, let's just let everybody read their saucy literature. Thank you for joining me. What a great place to leave it. Wow. Round of applause, please, for King Meringue. He lived a great life. He lived a long life. He lived a powerful life. He sacrificed his own, you know, he leveraged his own diplomacy to convince other people to basically do stuff for him. He didn't earn any major prestige. He had no great feats of his own, kind of riding on the coattails of everyone else. But my God, he's ridden those coattails to wealth and a kingdom. And I think that is fantastic. Pan au Chocolat. Starting tomorrow. And I think this man is going to be a builder through and through. Maybe a builder of a whole new... Let me just set this up before I forget. A whole new culture.